Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, bringing you guys My Hero Academia Episode 7, my rewatch series. So we're making our way through this. Getting through like 4 episodes a week is pretty nice. We're getting some good pacing, I feel like. If I find some time, I might try to do more than that, but we'll see. And I almost had my monitor back today. I have it back. It's sitting on the box on the floor, but they didn't give me back the damn power cable, so I still don't have that. So the webcam's still a little off from what it should normally be. God, I can't wait to get that monitor back. I was thinking about how I wouldn't have to like set up this janky system, because right now the webcam's sitting on top of a box. It's like between my two monitors. It's actually cutting my left monitor off a little bit. But it's because right now I'm using TVs as monitors while my other one's getting fixed, so they're pushed really far back. So, like, I'm not even close to touching it when I reach all the way out. So if I put my webcam up there, it'd be really far away. Anyway, regardless, who cares about that? I just want to try to get into this a little bit quicker. If you're not sure about how my rewatch series works, check out some of my earlier videos. I talk about it, so if you're jumping in here for the first time and you're confused, then go check out those, like, right at the beginning of almost all my other videos for, like, episodes 1 through 6. I mention it. I forget if I mentioned it in 6. Your best bet is to check out 1. That's where I talked about it the most and how this whole system's gonna work. So, anyway, that being said, last episode, which was episode 6, we had what happened in episode 6? Sorry, it's been a while since I watched. Let's see. We had the whole pitch throwing thing. Is that where we ended off? Did we get okay, no, we had the episode with, like, the rational deception. That's right, okay. And we had, Bakugo versus Midoriya at the start of it, and now we're continuing that fight. We left off right after he, like, flipped him, and Bakugo got slammed on the ground and everything. That's where we left off. So we're at episode 7 with so this is like I said, this is a rewatch series, so I've seen it, but this is where, like, the show really starts amping up for me, and then season 2 is obviously, like, so good, and season 3 is even better. So, but I haven't finished season 3 yet, so yeah, I'm looking forward to catching up and getting back into the actual reaction stuff. That'll be fun. But anyway, so guess we're pretty much caught up to where we were, so let's just get into the episode, and we will start in 5. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm watching in subs, just so you guys know, and it's timer based, so there's going to be a timer down in that corner, and you're going to have to have your own footage to sync up with me. So, sorry I didn't mention that before. We're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Funimation. Alright. Crack my back a little bit. You should be watching. Okay, so we get a little bit of recap, I suppose. Midoriya respects Kacchan, regardless of how much of, like, a bully he is. It's probably one of the best things about Midoriya is how he doesn't, like, get angry at how much he's been, like, bullied, I suppose. Yeah, big hit, tore his mask. So many people get so excited when his mask tears. Yeah, he did. He's been watching, bud. He knows you start with a big right hook or whatever it was. I like how he's saying something badass in that last shot right there, saying like, "My Deku isn't always gonna mean useless. My Deku's gonna mean you can do it." And he just looks so pitiful. Like, it's cool that he says that and he stands up to his bully in a sense, technically, and but it's still like just a little silly seeing him do that. He almost looks like he's like quivering and stuff like while saying it. He's like so nervous and scared. Sorry about that. I want to take a drink of water. I just woke up from a nap, so I was thirsty. Probably should have did that before I started the episode, but oh well. Alrighty, back to, oh yeah, right, a little bit of backstory. Let's go kill the enemy. So disturbing seeing a little kid say that. Yep. It's funny how he says that as, like, the wrong path, yet he's still going into a hero. It's just kind of cool that, like, he acknowledges that you can be a hero, but still not be entirely a good guy, which is interesting. It's like an interesting contradiction, I feel like. Episode 7, Deku vs. Kacchan. Friggin' Bakugo. Yeah. Like, it's so funny because, like, I obviously know the outcome, and just you can tell his anger here is really what just loses it for him. He's so worried about just giving Midoriya a beatdown. Plus Ultra. Good block. Ah, oh, I love that shit. I love so much how Deku can fight without his quirk. He does it so much. And it's crazy because his fighting is really only learned from watching other people. So, like, he hasn't even been, like... You know, there's people like Bakugo who have their quirk and they can do, like, training to fight with it and everything on their own time, possibly. Are you actually allowed to, like, use your quirk to, like, practice outside? Because, like, when the UA students, they're only allowed to use them on campus. But what about when you're in, like, high school and stuff, when they were all using it in the classroom and stuff? Like, the dude holding his eyeballs out and stuff. Is that, like, technically allowed, I wonder? I never really thought about that. But anyway, they probably got a chance to practice. They knew they'd, like, want to be a hero, so, like, Midoriya knew he wanted to be a hero, but he wasn't really sure, and he obviously didn't know what quirk he'd have. God. Kacchan, you're just a big ball of anger. Yep, yep. That'd be so frustrating. I remember it took me a little bit to figure out this little thing. Because that is almost like the first one. But they didn't, like, cross off. Like, they should have, I think in that little animation thing, they should have crossed off Kacchan before Midoriya moved over to whatever. Moved over to, Uraraka. Oh, I love this right here. So good. It's not like I'm trying to compete or anything, but now he is. Yep. I take back everything I said. Oh, I love that moment so much. So mean to say to a kid. It's amazing that he still hung out with someone like that. That was like one thing. Turns out Midoriya is just like a glutton for punishment. He just enjoys it. Explains how he uses his quirk when he first gets it too. Just breaking everything all the time, feeling all that pain all the time. Oh, that confirms it. Midoriya is gonna marry Midnight in the future. I love how they go into like the backstory like this, showing like why he's the way he is, like why his confidence is so like over the top. Now you'd think as he got older that would fade a little bit as he realized like he's not the best, since he watches One for All doing all his stuff and everything, and but I guess it's also gonna be rough seeing the kid that you grew up with being like small and pitiful, like overtaking you. Like imagine in real life if there was a kid that maybe you didn't even like pick on, but you kind of looked down on, even if it wasn't out loud. And then later in life, you find out that that guy's like a millionaire now, and you're just working some like 9 to 5 job making ends meet. You'd be like, damn. Like, I'm sure most people wouldn't be like, oh, good for him. They'd be like a little jealous. God. Doesn't mean he can't care about you. Even if you're better than him, he can still care about you. Oh. I love this part so much. He died with evil in order to become a hero. Freaking love it so much. It's hilarious, but it's such a good plan. I don't know. I don't know if he's starting to look like a villain, but he definitely has a good plan, in my opinion. He's just in the background. That's so good. Oh yeah, the music. Oh shit. The big big booms. Now, I wonder if his quirk could ever be expanded upon to be more than just his hands. Like, I don't know how you would train for that. Like, you know how they could train to make their quirks stronger, but I guess I don't know how you would train for that, so or like if his quirk could like evolve with like time and usage and everything. Imagine if he could blast it out of his feet and be like full on like Iron Man, just like hands down, come out of his feet, just like hovering and flying and stuff. Maybe. So we've seen him almost do that kind of thing before, but oh boy. Unfortunately, he can't hit you with his full strength, or you'd be dead, Bakugo. I think anyway. That's one thing I'm wondering. I've actually never really like I've never really been super sure, but when Midoriya uses his power to like when he breaks his arm using his power, not when he's like holding back at all, does he is that full All Might power, like, or is that just like what he can muster right now, even using like all of his strength and breaking his arm? It's still only like a fraction of All Might's power, I wonder. Just, yeah. He's sort of crazy. It's true. I do like how you can see they don't show like I forget if they show you Midoriya telling Uraka about his plan, but in the background, yeah, right there you can see him explaining better while All Might was talking to Kacchan. I like how pathetic Midoriya looked right there trying to punch. It almost looked like he was just like, uh. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt too. That's such some cool moves from Bakugo. No matter what anybody thinks of him. Yeah, in one of the previous episodes, I was talking about how All Might was saying that he was going to be like fair and rational in this, but then he does this kind of thing where like he knows he should be stopping it, but he doesn't want to for Midoriya's sake. And it just makes him more angry, but I think he just doesn't know how to like process that. Like I definitely think that's a chance for him to like look back on later and think about, what he said. Oh, I'm getting the chills even like knowing what's about to happen. I like how they kind of fake you out with looking like he's gonna go for a punch too. And you think like, holy crap, he's gonna frickin' kill him. And then right... Not yet. Gotta love the anime bouncing between... Yeah. And then right here he shifts his arm down. Yep. And that could still be a punch, but it leaves that option too. But yeah, see, like, that's a very strong punch, but I feel like All Might's might be stronger. Like some of the ones we've seen him do in the future. she's so happy to be able to control, like, I just imagine she's like, look at this giant thing I can friggin' control with my gravity. Friggin'. I like what I think it's Momo that says it. Maybe the how like the villains are completely like, or the losing team's completely like untouched, and the winning team is just all beat up. God, he gets so messed up during this. Just ate Bakugo's fire explosion and broke his arm using his power. I like Sue is just like scared almost in the background. You can see it. Oh yeah, Hero Team wins, and it goes right into the outro. They stretched that ending all the way to the end. That didn't really make sense, but yeah. But yeah, that episode, for a while, that was one of my favorites. I think even, well, I see, I don't want to talk too much about knowing what comes up. Like I do know what comes up, but just in case any of you aren't like quite as far as I am, I don't want to say too much. But for a while, this fight actually ends up being my favorite. At least for like all of season 1, I think it's definitely my favorite. That's probably fine to say. Do 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 do. Alrighty, so that's probably preview. Yep, so I'm ending it there. But yeah, guys, so that was my rewatch of episode 7. Yeah, I'm still really enjoying rewatching this show, and kinda it's a good refresher for me on everything that happened, even though the first season I've seen a lot because I watched a lot of reactions through the first season. Second season I've only seen a few reactions, so it's still not as not as fresh in my mind. And then third season, I've only watched a couple, like very few reactions compared to season 1 and season 2. So, and then obviously my first time through watching. So, and then I haven't even finished season 3 yet. So season 3 is like, I forget what episode number, but like over halfway into season 3 is where we're going to be switching to actual reactions, and I'll be able to catch up. And I'll probably, once I'm caught up on the seasons, because I don't know where the movies fit in. I think there might be 2. I think I'll do movie reactions, which will be in the same format as this. My reactions will be like the cut up, like my other videos on my channel, where there'll be Vimeo links. And then the full length, like these here, will be available on my Patreon. But when I do movie reactions, I'll just be doing those timer based, just like these, and they'll be up for everybody. So yeah, I'm gonna be jumping into episode 8 though. I'm gonna be recording that right after this one, so I'm not gonna talk like a huge amount since I'm gonna be jumping into that one, and I usually don't talk that much at the end of these videos anyway. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out my other series, because I do reactions on this channel, not just these rewatch things, which aren't, like, this might even be the last rewatch series that or the only rewatch series that I do. it just depends on how it goes. I have a feeling it's not going to go well, but I wanted to give it a shot, you know? You never know in life until you try, right? So, but yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're enjoying the channel or if you enjoy my other content or whatnot. And I will see you in the next one, which will be right after this for me. Alright, guys, see ya.